All right, back with the second half action. Black team trailing 12-6. Looking to even things up here. Looks left, goes left, nope. Pumps, goes right. Incomplete. Hello everybody, I am Jonathan Bernmachin. You're watching Aegis Channel 15 and also on YouTube later this week. My cameraman is Vess and Pablo. What's it? Pedro, excuse me. My bad. My bad, dude. I'm off tonight. Back to the action. Oh, look at this pass. Oh! Oh, going back to the bread and butter play. About 4 yards there. That should be third down. She's looking left. Goes right. Throws it short. Turnover on downs. Blue team takes over. All right, here comes the blue squad. Blue squad's QB has an arm. And she takes off too. Nice pass. We second down on the 31-yard line. Wow. First down. This will be first and goal for the blue team. Oh! Drawing across the middle for the touchdown. They'll score 18-6 now. The black team's got to come with something. I feel like the black team is a little fatigued. Let's see if they prove me wrong. Oh, almost picked off right there. Ooh. Oh, nice grab. Oh, yep, she's off and running. Yep, the neck. Oh, tripped up a little bit there, and she gets in. Make a score 18-12 now. That's their bread and butter play. And we might have an injury timeout. Yeah, we have an injury timeout. Hopefully that young lady's all right. She did trip up a little bit. Could be an ankle sprain. Hopefully nothing serious. I want to thank you all for watching EHS Channel 15. You're watching the girls' senior night here. They're having a Powderpuff game. We had 4 teams earlier. The black squad and the blue squad won, beating the pink and purple teams. In a fun, entertaining game. You got the football players picking up the cheerleading duties, which is hilarious and fun. And the rain has started falling. It's like light mist. Oh, let me check the radar. See what's going on here. Oh yeah, the storm's coming. As I look at my radar. Currently 46 degrees. Got light drizzle going on now. Looks like it's going to rain all night. Fall sports is just about over. And winter sports are about to begin. Boys and girls basketball squads are starting up. Well, they should be playing a game or two now, I believe. Yeah, season usually starts around this time of year. Right after Thanksgiving. All right, she's up. But she's walking on her own power. Hopefully she returns soon. Or she just might call it a night. Shouts to the referees, teachers, family and friends for showing up for these young seniors as they graduate this upcoming June. As they sought to go out in the real world, college, or whatever profession they choose. Good luck to all of them and their future endeavors. I'd rather be snowing right now than this. Same. All right, here we go. QB looking. She's yelling at her to go left. Oh, just short. Oh, dropped it. These girls love catch it and forget to hold on to it and take it off without the ball. It is Tuesday, actually. Going up on a Tuesday. Oh, just over her head. They got 2 more chances to get a first down here at the 20-yard line. So for all those who just tune in, start at the 40, first down's at the 20, and then touchdown. They can convert. Wow. Oh. We got light drizzle coming down from the heavens. Make this game more interesting. Let's see if these senior girls could muster up catching a wet ball. All right, here's a chance for the black team to get back into this. Oh, look at this. We got motion. We're quad to the right. Oh! That blue defender was right there. She saw that play developing. She's like, no, no, no. You're not doing that again. I'm sure the black team has some trick up their sleeves for plays this late in the second half.
I look back on this and think how we had the club going up on Tuesday.
Swing pass, short.
On Tuesday, got your girl, got she Tuesday, going up. On Tuesday, got your girl, got she Tuesday, going up. On Tuesday, got your girl, got she Tuesday, working Monday night. On the corner.
Back to pass. She looks left, look right, goes to the middle, incomplete.
On the boulevard, on the walking graveyard, shift on the weekend, and got no time to party on the weekend. I've been flipping in the house, making jugs on the highway. I'm riding out of the
Caught. And immediately, flag was taken right off her waist. And that's a turnover on downs. Blue team looking to add to the lead as they're up by a touchdown. Try to create some more of a gap there. Try to get another 6 on the board. Ooh.
Don't give a damn about what she get. Got the club going up on Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on Tuesday.
Real quick. Caught for about 7 yards there.
On Tuesday, got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday.
Rolls to her right, incomplete. And another turnover on downs. So we get back-to-back turnovers. The clock's running.
On Tuesday, got your girl on the cut, she Tuesday. On Tuesday, got your girl.
All right. Black team looking to redeem themselves here. Oh. Looked like it was caught, but nope, couldn't hang on to that one. All right, we got trips left and twins to the right. Incomplete. Dumps it. Ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Not gonna catch her. Nope. And they tie it up. 18 all. All she needs is a little gap between the defender and she just off to the races. Not gonna catch her. So 18-18 just score now. I have no idea how much time's left to that injury timeout. Blue team needs to get things going. Nice catch. Flag gets taken around the 29-yard line. She's looking right, looking left, going back right, looking left. Oh. Weather is playing a factor for these young ladies right now. Still light drizzle falling from the skies. She looks left, now looking right. Yeah. She's the wife. Someone get this girl a towel.
Don't need no fraud, bud. She'll make my heart pound. Let's give a meet when I see her in the street and school on the playground.
Yeah, she used to use a shirt or something and wipe that ball down. Oh, deception! Oh! Oh my goodness, how did she drop that? Oh! It's all right though, it's a turnover on downs. Black Skull looking to take the lead here. I thought the black team was fatigued earlier. Proves me wrong, and I love it. About a 4-yard gain there. Blue defense is ready for her. Could they have their best defender on her now? Like all those little short passes turn into 6 points. Because she got wheels. She looks left, look right, goes over the middle. Flag captured at the 29-yard line. Living in the big world. Here we go. Oh, we got a new quarterback in there now. Ooh. Wait, was that a catch or a fumble? What we got here? We got a new quarterback now. Oh, no, she took the ball back. She didn't want to do that one play. And the black team calls a timeout. I don't know how much time's left, but seriously enough to call a timeout in that time frame. I want to thank you all for watching EHS Channel 15 and also on the YouTube. My cameraman Pedro and Vess. 2 students here from the good old EHS helping me out today as I announce this game. I am Jonathan Byrne Marchant. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. All friends, family, watching at home. Hope you're all having a happy Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to the holiday season. Blue team's got to come up big here to stop the black team, or they're going to take the lead here. So the defense needs to step up, just bat the ball down, grab the flags, and try to pick that ball off. Black team just got to keep doing what they're doing. Oh! Was that turnover on downs? Or was that another timeout? Yep, turnover on downs. She's rolling to her right. Gets it off. Oh! Tripped up. Around the 31-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 11 now. Oh, we're probably rocking now? All right. She looks left. Can't hang on to it. Again, these girls forget they gotta catch the ball, then run. They're just running without it. I think they already secured it. I've done it a handful of times in my football career. It's all good. They're still young. Nice catch there. Cut for a tiny gain. And that'll be a turnover on downs. All right. Here comes the black team. Everybody is lined up on the left. For all the marbles, almost picked off by the blue team. Oh. Yep, the rain's definitely playing a factor now. I like this. Everyone's on the left side, and then they just break out. Oh, she's wide open. Get her the ball. That's danger. Ooh. Oh, they didn't get the flag. No, she gets away. And she's in there for a touchdown. Touchdown, black team. I think we're down to like the last few minutes here because the football players just went on the 50-yard line. Blue team looking to even it up. She rolls to her left. Wow! Oh! Good defense there by the black team. I don't know her name on the blue team, who's the quarterback, but she throws dots. Absolute missiles. Oh, is that it? They have a next discussion. I think that's it. The referees and coaches are having a chit-chat on the 25-yard line. Just waiting to see what they're talking about. How much time's left, or... Oh, they tied it? Are we going to overtime? Is that what this is? Yeah, I think we have overtime. Yeah, so they'll take a Tim out here. I believe the black team won the coin toss, so that's why they're celebrating. Obviously, the blue team will be on defense. It's getting even more chillier now as the rain comes. Hopefully it turns into snow. You guys have a snow day tomorrow. I know it's a half day for you guys, but still. Wait, your half days are at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.? Oh, you kids are spoiled. Oh.
They were 8 to 12 as I was going on.
All right. They were 8 to 12, now it's 8 to 11? Okay. Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna sound like an old man here, but me and my cameraman are talking about snow days and stuff. I barely got any snow days when I was growing up. Now it snows like 2-3 inches. Get like 2 days off. I'm just jealous, that's all. All right, here we go. Overtime. Trophy placed on the 20-yard line. as she walks up, looks to her left, throws it right. Incomplete. Here we go. Looking left. Oh, wide open. Oh! Incomplete. It'll be third down for the blue team. It will be 4th and goal now for the blue team. Huge play for the blue team here. They have to get in the end zone here. I'm surprised she just didn't run it in. Here comes the pressure. The throw. Oh! Here comes the black squad. Their offense has been very deadly. Later on the 4. What's that route I'm thinking of? Oh my God, I'm drawing blanks. Seams, that's it. They like to run the 4 seams and have a girl across the middle and do a drag. See if they do it again. Yep, there it is. She's wide open. Oh, she dropped it. Oh, she caught it. That was an easy touchdown. Oh, it's dropped again. They try to get the ball to a star player. Ball's too slippery. We third down. She looks right. Oh, it's caught for a touchdown. Black team wins overtime. That'll do it as they celebrate their victory. They're the Vice Principal Trophy winners. And that'll do it here at Everett Veterans Memorial Stadium. Powderpuff Senior Girls Black Squad wins the championship. And that'll do it. I'd like to thank Vess and Pedro and myself, Jonathan Bermachet. You guys have a great night and have a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holidays. We will see you soon.
Good evening and welcome to the Everett School Committee regular meeting on Monday, December 1st, 2025. The time is 6:35 p.m. Clerk, could you call the roll to determine a quorum?
Student Representative Emma Perry.
Present.
Mr. Almeida Barros.
Present.
Ms. Babcock.
Present.
Ms. Barros.
Present.
Ms. Cornelio.
Present.
Ms. Cristiano.
Present.
Mayor DiMaria. Mr. D'Onofrio. Ms. Garin.
Present.
Mr. LaMonica.
Present.
Chairperson Hurley.
Present.
8 members present.
8 members present. We do have a quorum. If everyone could join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Before we begin our regular agenda business, I would like to extend Committee Member Joe D'Onofrio's regrets. He is unable to attend. And I would also like to extend the invite for Member-elect Millie Cardillo and Mayor-elect Robert Van Kampen to join us again this evening to sit among us during our meeting. Thank you both. Superintendent, the next order of business on our agenda.
Roman numeral 3, reading of the records for Monday, November the 17th, 2025.
Make a motion to waive the reading and place
Second.
on file.
Motion has been made by Ms. Barrow, seconded by Ms. Babcock to waive the reading for Monday, November 17th, 2025, and place on file. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Roman numeral 4, public comment.
Motion open public comment?
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. LaMonica, seconded by Ms. Babcock to open public comment. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Public comment is now open. Seeing our sign-up sheet, our first speaker is David Fortin. Mr. Fortin, your time starts by stating your name and address or organization, and you have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you.
Council members, my name is David Fortin. I live in Ward 4 on Cedar Terrace in Everett. I'm here to ask you, or to talk about tonight, about an item that I had read that was on an agenda for the school committee. However, it doesn't appear here. Maybe you're saving it for another week, which is fine. A friend of mine's name was mentioned on this particular item, and I personally, and as a friend, don't feel her name should have been on the paperwork at all. Reasons being, if I'm addressing you, I can't single out one of you and name you particularly. Why should you do this to my friends? To our friends, to people in the city, to seniors especially. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fortin. Seeing no other speakers on the sign-up sheet, is there anyone else that would like to speak at public comment? Seeing none.
Make a motion to close public comment.
Second.
Motion has been made by Ms. Barrow, seconded by Ms. Cornelio to close public comment. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. Public comment is now closed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Roman numeral 5, report of the student representative, Ms. Perry.
Emma.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Winter sports officially began today. Girls basketball tryouts started today and will continue tomorrow from 3 to 5 in the gym. The boys tryouts will follow at 5 each day. Hockey cheer tryouts will be held at Lafayette from 4 to 5 today and tomorrow. Tryouts for the REM hockey team will be Monday through Wednesday this week as well. Track practice also began today. EHS is looking forward to a wonderful winter sports season. The black team won the annual Powderpuff Classic last Tuesday. The Black Mambas beat the Blue Devils in overtime during our final game. It's fine. It was great competitive fun for the class of 2026. The high school's parent-teacher conferences will be held on December 10th from 4 to 6 as well. Middle school band night will be a 2-night event on the 9th for grades 5 and 6 and the 11th for grades 7 and 8. Both nights will be at 6:30 in the EHS auditorium. The Yearbook Club will hold their first meeting tomorrow. The Yearbook Club is a great opportunity for students who want to get involved with the design of the 2026 yearbook. The Social Justice Club is starting up as well. That club will be a place for students that are passionate about activism. The Everett High Marching Band performed in America's Hometown Thanksgiving Day Parade in Plymouth, which aired on Channel 5. Senior Isadora de Castro Mendez said, "Despite the bad weather, I'm glad we all did our best. It was definitely worth standing in the rain to be a part of the tradition and win our prize." The band had won first place for Best High School Band in the parade. The Key Club's Pajama Drive will be ending on December 5th, so if you have any donations, please deliver them to the EHS gym this week. Santa is going to be visiting the Keverian for breakfast this Saturday at 9 a.m. till 11. The school's PTO is thankful for all their community sponsors that helped to put on this tradition. The Keverian's holiday concert will be December 10th at 9 a.m. Last week, many schools had their own version of the turkey toss. At the Lafayette, Mr. Sacco and Mr. A took home the win, and Mrs. Costantopoulos and Miss Cucinata had the furthest toss at the Webster. The Parlin is looking forward to having Eric Mazzio as the guest speaker at their Title I breakfast on Thursday. He will share important information about substance use prevention and youth programming through the city's Department of Recreation. The Tide Council meets with Miss Barrows every first Monday of the month. We engage in great conversation. Overall, it's great to have a direct line to the school committee members, and we love having our talks with Miss Barrows. I also wanted to say that, in conclusion, EPS has had an amazing fall, but students are looking forward to a fun-filled December to close out this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Perry. Any questions or comments?
Make a motion to accept the report of the student representative and place it on file.
Seconded.
Motion has been made by Ms. Babcock, seconded by Ms. Barrow, to accept the report of the student representative and place it on file. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. Motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Roman numeral 6, report of the superintendent. Item number 1, superintendent's update. As usual, Ms. Perry gives all the good information about the activities that our students conduct, lead, and enjoy. So I'm going to go through maybe some other matters that all of you probably should be aware of and not as exciting maybe as Ms. Perry provides. Let me start off by attendance. Many of you may have seen even articles in the newspaper about the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education now tracking employee or teacher attendance in the schools. We track our student attendance, and as you know, I've reported to you as a result of many, many initiatives that have been undertaken over the last 2 years. Our attendance for our students continues to grow, and our chronic absenteeism continues to diminish. Great news. It is not so different with our employees, and I'm happy to say that the statewide average for teacher absenteeism is 12.3 days, I believe. I don't know how they do that, but 12 days. For us in Everett Public Schools, our average, all teachers, is 6 days. And we must remember that they count 3 of your personal days as days out of school. So every employee, teacher in particular, gets personal time. So 3 of those 6 days on average is absent from the workplace based on personal time used. So Everett teaching staff, I'm happy to say, is on the job much more than the state average. So I'd like to just mention that because that's important. We want our students in the seats so that we can provide them with instruction, but we need instructors at the head of the classroom. So I'm very pleased to provide that announcement to all of you. As far as our students, I don't think that Emma mentioned the robotics teams. We had 2 of our middle school robotics teams go on to state championship, the Lafayette School and the Madeline English School. Both competed and did very well. And they have some more competition scheduled at the state tournament on December the 20th. So we're going to wish them all the best. On to our CTE programming. Many of you know Siobhan Araya. She is the director of our CTE programs here at Everett High School. Siobhan leads a group of students who are now participating in UMass Boston's ADAGE program. ADAGE stands for Addressing Digital Access Gaps in Education, and it provides our CTE students with access to laptops for home use. Now, we give them Chromebooks to take home, but laptops, of course, are much more advanced and put much more programming on it. So our students who participate in this program get to have brand new laptops, and at the conclusion of this program, they will be able to keep those if they have been successful in maintaining good attendance and participation in the program. And we are hoping to continue to enroll more students as time goes on so that more of our students have access to this connection with UMass and, of course, access to computer work that they probably wouldn't necessarily have access to at high school, and also allows them to keep a wonderful device at the conclusion. I also would like to call out our school committee member, Marconi Barros, who first connected us with the Adage program here, and we did take advantage of that, Mr. Barros, and I thank you for that. We're very pleased with what we see for our students, so thank you. We have lots of other things happening on the school side, which are posted on our website. I also have Dave provide, not only you at your seats, but we have it for the audience, some highlights of things that have occurred over the last week or 2 weeks since we last met, of our student achievements and their involvement. Now we had students in so many different things over, especially as we came up to our Thanksgiving break, but we want to thank all of the staff who also support our student activities. Each of the activities has a teacher or two as their mentor, providing leadership and support for our students, and I know that they too enjoy that experience with, as you, Ms. Perry, mentioned about Ms. Barros being part of your conversation. Our teachers want to do this, and they enjoy the time with students, and gives them that extra one-on-one connection with our faculty here. I also want to report that the Madeline English School fifth grader, Jacob Rivera, recently donated his hair to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. His donation will be used to create 3 wigs for children who are bravely fighting cancer. This is certainly just one of the many things our students do, acts of kindness, compassion, volunteerism, community engagement, and they do it willingly, not because they have to, because they want to. And I think that certainly exemplifies our students here at Everett High School. As we all know, kids will be kids, and things do happen sometimes that we probably don't want to happen or aren't proud of. But by and large, we have excellent young men and women, or soon-to-be men and women. They're certainly young and enjoying their time here, and we're going to make every opportunity available to them to succeed and to feel that connection to this community and hopefully beyond. So just a couple of those quick examples, and there's so many other things, but I'd ask you and ask the audience at home, please look at our website. There's lots of good information at the website. We do put out news notes for our families that, thanks to Mr. O'Connor, he provides that to families throughout the district, throughout the school year, keeping our families kind of in the know of what's going on around the school. So with that, Madam Chair, I also wanted to talk about something today that occurred that I thought we should probably mention today, but more information to follow. Earlier today, the Healy-Driscoll administration released a statewide graduation framework that sets nation-leading expectations for every school and prepares all students for success after graduation. Now, as you know, we have looked at graduation requirements in lieu of the MCAS exam that had been voted out as a graduation requirement. And Governor Healy quickly called together a group of professionals led by our Commissioner of DESE, Dr. Pedro Martinez. And today was the first release of some general information along with some guidelines and potential next steps. They've engaged the superintendents across the state to work with DESE, as we call it, and the council to refine some of the recommendations and to put into practice those recommendations that make the most sense, that support our work as educators to be sure that our kids do get the work and materials that they need to be successful, and then they're going to be evaluated in a way in which we all can rally behind. And I want to thank, again, our governor and her team for thinking about this, and as a group of superintendents, we'll continue to support that work and continue to flesh out some of these details. The report itself can be found online. I think Mr. O'Connor will put a link on our website. It's the recommendations, a quite lengthy report, so I won't go through it. But suffice to say, many of the the details in that report, we do as our course of business here. So we're not looking at recommendations that are unfamiliar to us and ways in which we evaluate our students, the way we prepare our students. This is just codifying it, and I think once the conversation engages more of the education community, I think the refinement to the graduation requirements will be kind of solidified and probably voted on by the DESE Board of Directors and then incorporated into school districts across Massachusetts. So that was an announcement earlier today. It hit the news this afternoon, so I didn't want you all not to have a little piece of it. And again, I think it's about 160 pages, the full report, very comprehensive, a lot of great input. So if you'd like, it's going to be available on our website. And certainly we'll be talking more about that as the weeks and months progress and those conversations continue across the state. So with that, Madam Chair, that is the conclusion of my report.
Thank you, Superintendent. Ms. Babcock.
Yes, I just want to comment on one thing here, which was the teacher attendance. I wanted to say a couple of things. One, no one wants to miss school at all. Like, teachers definitely don't, because the amount of work that it takes to prepare to be ill or to miss school it's actually sometimes easier to be here than to prepare your lesson plans and those sort of things. However, teachers are humans too, and they need time off for illnesses and for other things. I did do a little reading about the state average because I have a lot of friends who are teachers, and they were quite upset about the report that came out because it wasn't presented some statistics behind it. And it actually adds in long-term injuries and maternity leaves. Mm-hmm. So, you're talking about, one person could potentially take a year off of school, and that year goes into the average. So, as I'm sure that our Miss Ingersoll would remind us that we need to look at statistics very carefully before we look at it. That being said, though, our attendance is great here, but if we suddenly have teachers that have maternity leaves, it may impact it a little because numbers, they all impact each other. So, it's always be careful of what statistics say. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the laptops. So a Chromebook really doesn't have a large working memory. You have to use a platform that has a cloud platform to be able to use it and to save your documents. So having a full-fledged laptop means that you can do much more complex things. You can edit photos. You can create many more things that are just online. So having this opportunity to have an actual laptop, what I'm seeing is that when the kids who choose to go to college, if they don't have a laptop, it really holds them back. So, not having a computer is even worse, not even having a Chromebook. Our students all have Chromebooks because they were all provided a brand new one at the beginning of the year, which is fantastic. But that's the basic difference between a Chromebook and a laptop, is that there isn't really enough working memory. You store everything in the cloud. So you can't just leave a document open and just have it there. It has to all be stored. So they work slower, they're not as fast and efficient, but hey, our kids all have a working device, so I just wanted to mention that. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Babcock. Mr. Barros.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Babcock, and thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to comment on the last item that the superintendent mentioned regarding the announcement by the governor this morning. It was in Darren High School, and I was there. And one of the most exciting things for me, and I don't know if the students would agree with me, is that financial literacy would be a requirement. That's one of the top things on the recommendation, that financial literacy would be a requirement for graduation. So all schools would be sort of mandated to teach financial literacy, and kids would have to take financial literacy in order to graduate from high school. That was among those 160 pages. That was one of the top things that came from everyone, because the group that was part of it is spearheaded by Commissioner Martinez and also Secretary of Education Patrick Tutwiler. The group was formed is formed by students, teachers, superintendents, the commissioner, the secretary, parents, and it's interesting that recommendation for financial literacy came from all of them, including the students who are part of that that commission or that committee that is working on this. So that made me excited because I think that's one of the things that we lack, not in Everett, but we lack as a state. You graduate from high school and sometimes you don't know how to open a banking account, right? Or how to manage your own finances. So that was exciting for me, and many other things that are part of that. But as the superintendent mentioned, it's a continuation, it's a process, and ultimately there are a few things that the legislature will have to approve, and others that the commission, the board, the DASI board, we have to vote it on as well. But it was an extremely great step as part of this list of things that would be, quote unquote, required under state laws in order to graduate. So very exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barros. Emma?
I just wanted to add on to what Mr. Barros said. When I went to the, when you guys sent me to the Massachusetts Association of Student Representatives, we were given 3 bills to vote on, and what we wanted to bring to, they have the Day on the Hill at the State House where the students, they go and they advocate for a bill that they want to see change on, and the financial literacy bill was the one we all voted on. So I did want to add that I really did see that it was students that really want this, and I believe that it's important, and I voted for it. And yeah, I just wanted to add that just to show how important it is.
Thank you, Emma. Any further questions or comments for the superintendent? Seeing none.
Accept the report and place on file.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Barros, seconded by Ms. Cornelio, to accept the superintendent's report and place on file. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Item number 2, acceptance of a donation of gift cards totaling $300 from Keverian School teacher Anita Keelan. I'm asking for your favorable action this evening. Like she does every year, Ms. Keelan, who's an inclusion teacher at the Keverian, donates Market Basket gift cards so that she can give them, or the school gives them, to students whose families are in need, especially at Thanksgiving. So on her behalf, I'd like you to accept her donation.
Move to favorable action.
Second.
Second.
Motion has been made for favorable action by Ms. Babcock and Ms. Barros to
And on-
accept.
On the motion, Madam Chair?
On the motion, Mr. Barros?
Thank you. I guess that goes without saying. Yes, I think the superintendent already does this, send a letter of thanks on behalf of the committee.
Yes. I have that in my notes.
There you go. Thank you.
Motion made and seconded to accept the donation of gift cards totaling $300 from Keverian School teacher Anita Keelan with a letter of customary thanks. Roll call.
Mr. Almeida Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Babcock.
Yes.
Ms. Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Cornelio.
Yes.
Ms. Cristiano.
Yes.
Ms. Guerin.
Yes.
Mr. LaMonica.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So moved, 8-0.
So moved, 8-0, motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Before I read out number 2, we do have received some donations of clothing today, last week, and we'll have that on the agenda for next time. Donations made to various schools from organizations and individuals, new clothing for students. So I'll get that out on the next agenda. Item number 3 is acceptance of a donation of gift cards totaling $300 from Zonta Club of Chelsea in the North Shore. These folks come to us a couple of times a year with gift cards, and no different this time of year when Christine DePrizio and Mary Jane O'Neill, members and officers of the club, brought over gift cards to Market Basket, and I'm asking you to accept their donation, and I again will send them a thank you. We've written to each of them individually in the meantime, but we will send a letter of thanks under the signature of, under the direction of the chairperson. So,
Move for favorable action.
Second.
Motion has been made by Ms. Cornelio, seconded by Ms. Babcock, to accept the donation of gift cards totaling $300 from the Zonta of Chelsea and North Shore with the letter of customary thanks. Roll call.
Mr. Almeida Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Babcock.
Yes.
Ms. Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Cornelio.
Yes.
Ms. Cristiano.
Yes.
Ms. Guerin.
Yes.
Mr. LaMonica.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So moved, 8-0.
So moved, 8-0, motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Roman numeral 7, items submitted by school committee members. Item 1 is a discussion of a statement made by Peggy Serino to the Everett City Council and potential response. This was offered by Chairperson Hurley and Vice Chairperson Cristiano.
Thank you, Superintendent Hart. It was stated earlier that this seems as though this is personal towards a member of our community. It's not a personal attack. For the sake of transparency and to avoid open meeting law violations, and to talk about this as a body. This is how it is presented. Otherwise, it would have been a point of personal privilege, which I did not want anyone to do. I wanted to present why we were going to consider this, why we were going to talk about this, and do it as a whole. It was brought up multiple times, but specifically at a recent city council meeting, false accusations that our one and only employee, the only person that we are in charge of in Everett Public Schools, is not qualified, which is false. Although an emergency license was originally obtained when Superintendent Hart began his interim superintendent position, he then applied and currently holds a provisional license from DESE. This includes completing a bachelor's degree at an accredited institution. Superintendent Hart holds a master's degree in public administration. This includes passing the MTEL licensure test, a 2-part, 8-hour test covering communication and literacy, in which Superintendent Hart passed. Also having at least 3 full years of employment in an executive, management, and leadership role, or in a supervisory, teaching, or administrative role in a public or charter school, private school, higher education, or other educational setting accepted by the Department of Secondary and Elementary Education. Superintendent Hart has more than 25 years of experience in leadership roles in education, in educational leadership that was accepted by DESE for his application. Superintendent Hart continues to work closely with his MASS, Massachusetts Association of School Superintendent Coach and Mentor, continuing his efforts towards receiving his permanent superintendent license, and has currently completed more than half the process. You can speak on that more if you would like to. As a school committee, we have, and we've talked about this multiple times, we have a few main focuses: budget, policy, and the superintendent: hiring, firing, evaluating. Superintendent Hart was recently evaluated by all of us according to the DESE rubric and standards. But I also feel it is important to support our one and only employee, the only person that we are in charge of. Allowing false information, negative narratives, and defamation should not be tolerated regarding the administration we support, which reflects negatively on the district we love. Mr. O'Connor, could you pass out the letter? I have worked closely with legal counsel to come up with a statement from the committee for City Council's consideration, and would appreciate our endorsement on this. And it reads as follows. On November 24th, 2025, during her public participation commentary, Peggy Serino continued to deliberate efforts to damage the reputation of the Everett School Superintendent William Hart, using lies and misleading information about his credentials and expressing her opinion that he lacks the ability and was chosen wrongly simply because of his Everett roots. It is knowingly false to state that Superintendent Hart does not possess the licensure required by state law to serve as our superintendent of schools in Everett. The fact is that Superintendent Hart holds a provisional superintendent's license. A provisional license is issued by the Massachusetts Board of Elementary and Secondary Education to a person who holds a bachelor's degree and has passed the Massachusetts test for educator licensure and met other eligibility requirements established by the board in 603 CMR 7042 and 7091, and is valid for 5 years of employment. Further stages of state licensure may only be achieved after at least 3 full years of employment under the provisional or initial superintendent licensure. Superintendent Hart was chosen, and more importantly, his contract now extended, because even in his short time as superintendent, William Hart has restored a positive culture throughout the Everett school system, where everyone experiences a sense of trust and belonging in an inclusive and culturally responsive environment, has demonstrated that he is a responsive leader who inspires with vision for growth, as well as excellence, and exhibited a commitment to educating all children, has proven that he possesses the skills to manage the Everett Public Schools by developing successful administrative team, has demonstrated strong business and financial management skills with experience in management under fiscal constraints, and equally importantly, understands as well as anyone that the City of Everett's government structure and necessity to build relationships with community leaders. Passionate public discourse should not come at the expense of accuracy and fairness. Free speech is a right, and speaking to elected bodies and the community at large is a privilege. That the Everett School Committee recognizes and endorses these facts, demand that we take the same opportunity to refute falsities and set the record straight. We urge the council and others to support, as we do, the Everett Public Schools by rejecting the false narratives about its leadership and comments otherwise intended to manipulate public perception and undermine confidence in our school system. Would you like to speak as well?
Yes.
Ms. Cristiano?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I've not prepared any remarks, but I did have a chance to watch that meeting. And, you know, to state that our superintendent has no qualifications for the job, you know, it actually maligns us as well, because it's questioning our integrity. I mean, do we hire this person that has no background in education, has none of the DESE required certifications, and basically, how do we get away with it all? With, you know, how DESE's always looking over our shoulders. And, you know, I know sometimes it's just, you know, as long as it's not about me, let's just not go there. Well, you know what? I get civil discourse. And trust me, I know the freedom, you know, we all have the freedom of speech. I actually served my country in the military to uphold the Constitution and the amendments that provide that free speech. But it can't be free speech that's full of slander and lies. And if we allow this type of discourse to go on, we do a disservice to ourselves. We do a disservice to our school children, the parents, and we also do a disservice to our superintendent. Now, when he come in here, and everybody knows this, he's here at 6:30 in the morning, and he's the last to leave every single day. He has really been transformative as a superintendent. And all I ask is, you know, it's okay if you don't like somebody, but really, to slander somebody by just, you know, and you know, I mean, before sometimes when you want to say something, I mean, I would just ask people to, you know, think about what they're saying. Think about how hurtful, because it is hurtful. Think about how damaging it can be. And maybe just take a breath, because this helps nobody. You know, again, free speech, all for it. But not free speech that is slanderous and creates animosity within this community. Because it's just not fair, it's unwarranted, and actually, you know, there are some ramifications for it. And I know I've spoken personally with the superintendent about some of those ramifications. But we have one employee, as Madam Chairman said, one employee. And I believe that we all need to stand together on this and say, no, this isn't right, this isn't okay, and we're not going to accept it. So, you know, shame on whoever wants to talk like this, but at least know your facts before you come before the city council, school committee, filled with untruths. Thank you. God bless.
Ms. Cornelio?
Yes, I'd like to make a statement. I've heard many negative statements, like one of them being the old boys club. Well, this is not the old boys club, because I worked with the old boys club. And I can raise my right hand to God. It wasn't fun. It was terrible. And this is not like this. We work well together. He listens to everyone. We can work, we can agree to disagree. There's no animosity. We've had everybody's pays. We had budgeted, and we did, right? Everybody's pay, and they were all happy with it. All the teachers, all the principals, vice principals, paras, everyone. This has never happened. I worked over 20 years, and when I tell you I didn't make peanuts, I made the shells. And we worked our butts off, and we didn't get anything, and we couldn't even talk. It was like working like slavery, honestly, and degrading. So what I see today is beyond amazing for someone to come in such a short time. And he just has a great way to speak. He doesn't degrade anybody. Nobody's afraid. Everything was so smooth when we had negotiations. The finance and negotiations, budgeting, it just went so smoothly. I was very proud of it and very happy. And I just hope that we can move on and have our city back to a city that everybody can not hate one another and get along and then say, hi, how are you? Right? And we can do great things here because we need to address the overcrowding. This is a big problem. We need to move on, and we need the superintendent to be able to do his job. So please, everyone, please get off the bandwagon, because I am telling you, it's not what you think. He's a good man, because I would never have voted to get him if he wasn't, trust me, because of all the things I went through. So please, let's get our city back. Let's get it done now.
Thank you, Ms. Cornelio. I think Mr. Barros and then Ms. Babcock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I really appreciated the opportunity to speak. I was not going to speak on this item because I thought that was not an item that for the whole committee to discuss. First, I want to start by saying that I truly respect the both members, the chair and the vice chair, who put this item before us. It's an item that I respect that you put it. I also want to say that I'm very pleased with the superintendent that we have, and you can see that publicly on my evaluation of him. Truly respect the work that he did and he continues to do for our schools. And I'm very happy that he's here. I do have a problem with this item against one member of our community, naming a person of our community being on an agenda because the person went to a body that was not even this one and used her free speech to say what she believes it is, even though it's not the truth, about our superintendent. I also believe it's the duty of this body to defend our own employee. I'm not disagreeing with that. In 2023, there was a case before the SJC called Barron versus Colinda, where there was an issue with a member of the public and with a group of folks who used to go to school committee meetings to say things that they believed were not correct against that public body, and they were also being very loud about it. So the SJC ruled that public bodies cannot silence members of the public for not being civil during public comment periods at meetings. The court, the SJC, found that the town's, quote unquote, town's civility code, which require remarks to be respectful and free of rude, personal, or slanderous remarks, was an unconstitutional restriction of free speech under the Massachusetts State Constitution. The SJC clarified that while civility can be encouraged, it cannot be required. And the public criticism of officials, not only elected bodies, but those who are employed as well, is protected speech. My point is that even though we disagree with what that resident went to another body, there was not even this one, saying about our superintendent, which I fully disagree with her, I don't think is the role, in my personal opinion, of this body to be sending a letter to individuals that are residents of the city that have, under the SJC decision, and also under the US Constitution, free of speech to say his or her own opinion. We disagree with the opinion. It's not what we believe it is because we evaluated the superintendent, we gave him a great review. But the person went to a public meeting and used her constitutional speech, him, her, whoever it is, and gave an opinion that we disagree with. Here we are having to send a letter to that person or to the body that person spoke before to say that what the person said is wrong. So every person every citizen of this city that goes to a meeting, either here, the school committee, or to the city council, and says something about someone, in our case, it is our superintendent because it is a person that we hire, that we disagree with, and then we go to a public meeting, our own meeting, put on the agenda to reprimand that person, to say that what that person was saying is not correct, it's wrong. I mean, I think we are getting to a point here, in my personal opinion, that we should rethink our actions in this case. It is our job to protect our employee, our superintendent, to defend our superintendent. But what was the circumstances that it came? And I'm not talking about particularly this individual, but anyone that I might disagree with or that I agree with personally, that came and said something about that person. When they come before us on public comment, we listen, we don't interact, we don't applaud, we don't yell. It's a member of the public that came, said something that might not even be truth, which is this case, but that person used his or her constitutional speech to express an opinion. That's why I have a problem with this. Not the fact with what she said, which I disagree, but the fact that this body will have to respond to a member of our community who used her time on a public meeting, at a public speech, to say something that even though we disagree and it is not truth, here we are discussing to send a letter to that body in response to that person. I just think that it's not our role. And we might be walking on the fine line of this SJC decision when, again, repeating, the SJC clarified that while civility can be encouraged, it cannot be required. And public criticism of officials is protected speech. So I believe, and I'll end with that the protected speech of that person, even though we disagree with, should be respected. And it's not the role of this body or any other body to go against or send a letter because the person expressed his or her own opinion. That's my own opinion, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Madam Chairman,
Thank you, Mr. Barros. I had Ms.
could we just have Mr. Galvin up?
If you would like to motion.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion has been made by Ms. Cristiano, seconded by Ms. Cornelio to invite Attorney Galvin before us. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Welcome, Attorney Galvin.
Mr. Galvin, Madam Chair, Can I just?
Yes, Ms.
I
Cristiano?
just wanted to ask you, first of all, I don't think we're, and I certainly heard what you had to say, and I totally understand it, but I don't think we're sending her any letters.
Did I
I-
understand that this is going to the city council?
I just mentioned endorsing, yes, this letter.
So we are
to-
sending a letter to the public
Yes.
body which that person spoke
Okay,
before.
All right, okay. Mr. Galvin, can you, I know we called you in reference to this matter. Could you explain your position on this?
Well, I've reviewed this draft. I discussed it with the chair. I believe it's accurate in what it says about the superintendent. I think it corrects some statements that were made that were false. I think it's up to your school committee to decide whether you want to send this to the city council or not. I've heard what Mr. Barrows said. I'm very familiar with the Kalenda case. It involved a school committee. Someone came in and made some pretty harsh statements about a circumstance that befell that person's family. The chair of the school committee cut that person off and would not let that person finish. It was a very different circumstance. And Mr. Barrows accurately summarized the SJC decision. He says that the SJC said, it's a rough and tumble world, and you have to take a lot of criticism, and absolutely you can. Anybody's opinion is not actionable, and the SJC reminded all of us that sometimes the words that come out are harsh, profane, animated, make people uncomfortable, but that's the essence of what happens during public comment. I do not believe, and I don't completely agree with Mr. Barrows, that it said that making a false statement of fact is not something that a board or committee can respond to. I'm not going to, I have no opinion on what the city council should do or would do in this circumstance, but when the circumstance was presented to me that false statements of fact were made concerning the superintendent, the committee has every right to correct the record and explain what the truth is. I don't think anybody should ever be criticized for giving their opinion about anybody that's a public official. I mean, you're all subject to criticism, harsh criticism, profane, animated criticism, and some of you have been subject to that in the past. So I think you have to expect that and tolerate that as public officials. Do I think that that means that you have to tolerate statements of fact that are false? I do not believe that's the case. It's really up to you all to decide how you want to act from here, but I think at a minimum you've given attention to a circumstance that was concerning to you. Statements of fact that were false, and you've corrected the record here tonight with Superintendent Hart's background. If you decide to send that, you decide to send it. I don't know what the reaction of the city council would be, if at anything at all. But giving it attention that statements of fact were made that were false is probably important for you to do where he is your principal employee here and sets the tone for that type of a circumstance. Correcting the record is what I think is the most important thing that you do, and not excoriating somebody for giving an opinion or whether someone's good, bad, indifferent, or whatever.
Thank you, Mr. Galvin. Ms. Guerin, and then Ms.
Okay.
Babcock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Galvin and Mr. Barrows. I think you both made very good points about this. Excuse me. Yes, I would say probably my biggest issue with this statement is just having the individual's name on there. I don't think that's necessary. I know that this person is not the only person who's come to me and is confused about what a provisional license means. I think some people think, oh, it's just a temporary license, so it's not a real license. So I'm happy to have a statement that clarifies what the license is and what Mr. Hart has done to achieve that license. But yeah, I don't think it's necessary to just have this person's name on there, because I know she isn't the only person who has these misconceptions. So it's good to have the information out there and to be transparent about that. But that's the only thing I would change. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Guerin. Ms. Babcock.
So I'm going to say a little bit of what they had both said. Two things can be true at the same time. The First Amendment protects the community members' right to speak, but it also protects our committee to be able to have a response. I do believe, as Ms. Guerin just said, that, licensure is not something that, generally speaking, the general public knows the process of. For a teacher, for a superintendent, or for anyone else. And the word provisional does have, the essence of feeling, temporary. I do think that it would be responsible for us to set the record straight of what his licensure means, and that he's required all the required steps, and has the correct history to be in standing as he is now, that he continues to work with his mentor and has met all the requirements as much as he can up to this point. So again, I think that it's important to respond just because this continues to be an issue where people are bringing up the fact that the licensure may not be accurate. So I think we need to correct that record, and I think this conversation has it. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't feel comfortable with this letter or anything that I think that people say things like Mr. Attorney Galvin said, passion, heated, disgust. None of those make, I can say I've been on the receiving end sometimes of harsh criticism too. So it doesn't make anyone feel good, but I do think that correcting the record is important, but that we should not try to infringe on anybody's First Amendment rights. We should make everyone feel comfortable that they can come to this committee and say what they need to say, and if it is incorrect, then we will set the record straight, because we are going to be honest and transparent in what we do. So I know when I read the first paragraph, I didn't feel comfortable with lies, because I have heard it from multiple people, and I've had multiple conversations saying you don't need to have exactly this, that you can have this, this, or this to have that kind of certification. So, but not everybody knows, and not everybody wants to investigate, and I can't, imagine what the thought was, but I think it is our duty to correct the record, but I'm not comfortable in the way that this is done. I think that we should correct the record saying that what he has, that he's reached the point, just exactly what Chairwoman Hurley had mentioned. Holds a provisional license, has his master's degree, passed the MTEL, which is brutal, has more than 25 years of experience, works consistently with his mentor. To me, that's what the people need to know, the truth. And I don't think we should be sanctioning, or that's the wrong word, I apologize, stopping anyone from coming forward and speaking, but we also have our right to come back and say, we have the right to respond as well. But I don't agree with that form.
Thank you, Ms. Babcock. And real quick before I call on other members that have their hands up, this is why I wanted it on the agenda the way it was on the agenda. So it is a discussion. It is something that we can all feel comfortable doing. I really want to set the record straight, as you said. But I want everyone being comfortable with how we do so. But I do feel as though it should be addressed and should be out there as to clarify the superintendent's position. Ms. Cornelio.
Yes, I just wanted to say this has been clarified at other times. This isn't the first time we've clarified it. I've been at those meetings. I remember. It's been clarified many times. And you know how I feel? Okay. I don't think it's necessarily, the name, maybe if the name was out. But people have sued people over less. We've seen it. We've seen it in Everett, right? Is this what we want going on? I thought we were over this. We as a board have a voice. we need to speak the truth. And we're not harming it, we're speaking the truth. We're not going after someone, we're not calling names, we're not being, negative, we're not defaming anyone. But sometimes you have to speak up and state your case, because this is impinging on us, because we have so much going on. We don't really need to have this going on and causing us to not doing the work that we have to do, that we need to do, that's been, postponed over years. This is nonsense that people have to come up and just accuse. It's been stated many times.
Very nicely said.
We really should put it to bed. We shouldn't have to explain it anymore. So I think if it's in a statement and they see it, has the licenses, everything, and still, I'm sure somebody will have something to say about it, just because. It's just, I just don't like what's going on. I just think the culture lately is not, it's not kosher. I mean, it's just off the rails. We need to set the tone and, be positive and stop calling names and stop saying who doesn't have what when you don't know it. It's like I could say, oh, Robert, you don't have that. How are you doing that? I don't know that. I shouldn't be saying that. And no one should be saying it. That's my point, and I hope this will stop. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cornelio. Does anyone have any further questions for Attorney Galvin?
Excuse, with a customary thank Attorney Galvin.
Second the motion.
Motion has been made by Mr. Barrow, seconded by Ms. Cristiano to excuse Attorney Galvin with the customary thanks. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Attorney Galvin. Superintendent, you did ask to.
Well, I wanted to say, first of all, thank you to all of you, really, quite frankly. It isn't the first time that something disparaging has been said about me, and I'm a big boy, and I don't expect that everybody will like everything that I do, but I do what I do because I love this community, and I believe in what I'm doing. I think it's important to make a stand as your employee that you support, and it's been very visible, and I appreciate it, and I thank you for your continuous support and collegial relationships that we've all built. It has to be at some point that we do offer the opportunity to set the record straight. I've been here 2 years, and this is the first time, and I appreciate this, that you've, as a body, which shows great strength, to come together to refute something that's been said about me that has been completely false. It has been personal. It has been ridiculous statements made by a small group of individuals who have nothing vested in this community like you do. There are many of them who believe what they say. It is said with anger and venom and retaliation. It is not because they don't know. They do know. You're absolutely right, Ms. Cornelio. They do know. It is on my resume. It has been out there constantly. And if you want to ask Mr. Galvin or Mr. O'Connor of the FOIA requests that we get all the time, challenging how I applied and who I am and my background, it's all out there. So for someone to think that that's an opinion, that they just don't have information, they have the information. They've gone to the retirement board, they've gone to DESE, they've taken great lengths to discredit me and my professional experience. This is just one more of those attempts, but this time it is slanderous in the way in which it was done. I do appreciate your support, and I will continue to work above and beyond to make this the best school system it could possibly be. But make no mistake about it, the credentials that I hold are no different than many other superintendents, some of whom you know, that you may have friendships with, who came here the same way, who have the same credentials. In fact, quite frankly, I've been told by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, I am much more credentialed than many. And I'm going to continue to work my very best to make sure that you're proud of the work I do as your employee. And as my employer, I'd ask you to continue to support me when these erroneous statements are made by people you know that you see on the street, that you can say, that's not true. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, Margaret. They just don't. So, but I appreciate this public opportunity to discuss this after 2 years of having constant ridicule, condemnation by a small group of individuals who are uninformed. And you know, social media tonight will be popping if it isn't already. It is what it is, right? So I thank you again. I continue to thank you. I enjoy doing this job. I love the work that we're doing. We're making great strides in Everett. I will continue that work until you'll have me no longer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Superintendent Hart. Ms. Barros.
I would say, I think Mr. Hart is doing a great job, and I think you exactly said it. There were former and current other superintendents who hold a provisional as well. You're not the first, because you can't just get it overnight. You have to work hard. Maybe taking the name off and making a public statement, just to clarify, almost like what Ms. Babcock said, is just the credentials and explaining things, if people feel more comfortable, instead of individualizing. That's fine.
Thank you, Ms. Barros. If I may, from the chair, this was something I worked on with our attorney, with the intention coming into this to hear from the body, we are one. We should be making this decision together. But I am happy to and would appreciate possibly entertaining a revised factual response, if that is the will of the body. Not what was presented this evening, but something that is revised and just stating the facts at a later point in time. Mr. Barros.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think the point was made. This is a public meeting, a public body. People are watching on TV, and this meeting will be on YouTube and I believe on our social media. I think the body made the case.
Okay.
The body made the case. This is not a meeting that's going to disappear. It's a public meeting that anyone can go back to and watch, those who are not able to watch tonight. So I think this body, in my opinion, made the case for our superintendent and made the case and expressed our concerns regarding any possible violation or not of free speech, which I believe everyone has. So I personally do not think that any further action besides the statement that was already made is required. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barros.
No, I just wanted to.
Ms. Cristiano?
I get it all, and you're right. I mean, we have really gone over this. In fact, your predecessor had a provisional license, so it's not like this is new territory we're in here. And why the focus on you, Mr. Hart, is puzzling to me. We have a new mayor coming in. We've got some exciting times ahead. And what I will say is, again, I agree, I'm totally for civil discourse, but I would ask, and I've asked it before, think about what you're saying. Not saying you can't say it, but is it hurtful? Is it hateful? And I would just ask that you consider that before you say it, because we're moving forward here, folks. We're going to be doing some great stuff. And, I just don't want this negativity to ever come in the way of our progress and our transformation. Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to refer it back to sponsor.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Cristiano, seconded by Mr. Barros to refer back to sponsor. Ms. Guerin, on the motion.
Sorry, on the motion for referring back to sponsor, is the motion to then make a revised version of the statement? No.
No.
This is just referring back to sponsor. I see.
Mm-hmm. Ms. Babcock.
I just want to say I'm glad that we can we had a really good discussion about this. And I think that talking about, correcting the narrative without infringing on someone's rights, is uncomfortable as we may feel, is important. I think that's very important. So I just want to say I feel very, very good about this. So,
Thank you, Ms. Babcock. Any other speakers on the motion? Motion made and seconded to refer back to sponsor. All those in favor?
aye.
All those
Roll call?
opposed?
Do we roll call? Yeah.
Roll call.
Mr. Almeida Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Babcock.
Yes.
Ms. Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Cornelio.
Yes.
Ms. Cristiano.
Yes.
Ms. Guerin.
Yes.
Mr. LaMonica.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So moved, 8-0.
8-0, motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Roman numeral 8, Subcommittee reports. Item 1, Finance and Negotiation Subcommittee for Monday, November the 17th, 2025.
Make a motion? Oh,
Can we waive the reading, accept the minutes, and place them on file?
second.
Motion made by Ms. Cristiano, seconded by Ms. Babcock to waive the reading of Finance and Negotiation Subcommittee meeting for Monday, November 17th, 2025, and place on file. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Roman numeral 9, Bills and Payroll.
Madam Chairman,
Ms. Cristiano.
I'd like to submit bills and payroll in the amount of $1,252,275.94.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Cristiano, seconded by Ms. Cornelio to submit bills and payroll in the amount of $1,252,275.94. Roll call.
Mr. Almeida Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Babcock.
Yes.
Ms. Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Cornelio.
Yes.
Ms. Cristiano.
Yes.
Ms. Guerin.
Yes.
Mr. LaMonica.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So moved, 8-0.
So moved, 8-0, motion passed.
Madam Chairman,
Ms. Cristiano.
I'd like to make a motion to pay bills and payroll in the amount of $1,252,275.94.
Second the motion.
Motion has been made by Ms. Cristiano, seconded by Ms. Cornelio to pay bills and payroll in the amount of $1,252,275.94. Roll call.
Mr. Almeida Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Babcock.
Yes.
Ms. Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Cornelio.
Yes.
Ms. Cristiano.
Yes.
Mr. D'Onofrio. Excuse me. Ms. Guerin.
Yes.
Mr. LaMonica.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So moved, 8-0.
So moved, 8-0, motion passed. Superintendent, the next order of business.
Roman numeral 10, Unfinished Business. There is none before you. Roman numeral 11, New Business. There is none before you. Roman numeral 12, Hearings. You have none this evening. Roman numeral 13, Matters for Executive Session. Item number 1, to approve executive session meeting minutes for the school committee executive sessions that were conducted on November the 17th, 2025, October the 6th, 2025, August 18th, 2025, July 28th, 2025, July 21, 2025, July 15th, 2025, and March 3rd, 2025, pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 21A and 1, and Section 21A and 3, under the authority granted by statute to wit, Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 22F and G, where the chair declares that an open session will continue to have a detrimental effect on the litigating position of the committee.
I make a motion to enter executive session and adjourn from there.
Second the motion.
Motion has been made by Ms. Barrow, seconded by Ms. Cornelio to enter executive session, to approve executive session minutes for school committee executive sessions that were conducted on November 17th, 2025, October 6th, 2025, August 18th, 2025, July 28th, 2025, July 21st, 2025, July 15th, 2025, and March 3rd, 2025, pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A and 1, and Section 21A and 3, under the authority granted by statute to wit, Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 22F and G, where the chair so declares that an open session will continue to have a detrimental effect on litigation position of the committee, with invitations to Superintendent Hart and Attorney Galvin. Roll call.
Mr. Almeida Barros.
Hold on real quick. And also, we will invite members-elect Millie Cardillo and Mayor-elect Van Kampen in for observational purposes.
Yes.
Roll call.
Ms. Babcock.
Yes.
Ms. Barros.
Yes.
Ms. Cornelio.
Yes.
Ms. Cristiano.
Yes.
Ms. Guerin.
Yes.
Mr. LaMonica.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So moved, 8-0.
So moved, 8-0. We have entered executive session. The time is 7:45 PM. Thank you, everyone.